Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Hello, everybody. I am Nick with the Phoenix Press, and welcome to Rewatch, where we are covering Book 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Joining me, as always, is Jared from Comics League. If he has a sour expression on his face, that's because I said a dirty word before we started recording.
And because I was not impressed with this episode of Avatar, and not in the Snyder Cut way.
Yes, not you gotta
Because honestly, when I was watching this today, I'm just like, the jokes aren't really landing, and I just, quite frankly, I just got bored.
Fair enough. So we are covering the episode Nightmare and Daydreams, where they arrive at the rendezvous site for the invasion for the Day of Black Sun, and they have about 4 days, and Aang is having a bit of an existential crisis. This is most undoubtedly a filler episode, which I think might kind of contribute a little bit to Jared's apathy, which I understand. So there's some pretty good things in it. Jared, check Pro Chat.
Yeah.
Check Pro Chat.
I did. I have it.
All right. Okay. Cool. You're awesome. All right. So yeah, it's like basically a series of vignettes. And basically we get a bunch of anime parodies with this. So I had Jared pull up the trivia page. Jared, can you read off what anime parodies they are? That should be in the trivia section.
Let me see. Well, it says this episode pays homage to several movies, such as The Lord of the Rings, The Ring, The Grudge, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and several other fantasy and dream-related movies. And okay, like many of the fights in Avatar, the fights in this episode, notably with Appa and Momo, are influenced heavily by various anime, video games, and movies. Ozai's Bowser-like appearance and Momo and Appa's fight reflects the anime Samurai Champloo, and there are influences from Cowboy Bebop and FLCL, such as some of the motions and actions of Aang, which are reflective of Nyota from FLCL.
You're also forgetting one very clear one. In like the second to last one, Aang is very clearly Naruto. He even Naruto runs.
Okay, yeah. During Momo and Appa's duel in Aang's hallucination, the duel was similar to Anakin and General Grievous's, mainly due to Appa using 4 swords at once, reminiscent of Grievous.
Okay,
I'm like, well, that's interesting.
I'm sorry, you know what I have to do, Jared. So you're saying Momo was like,
hello there.
Yeah,
I had to.
So General Appa.
General Appa.
That's good.
No, Appa is Grievous in this. No.
Yeah.
General Momo.
Yeah. Momo's design in the sequence is similar to Toshiro Mifune's character Chiru in Seven Samurai, right down to the facial fur being noticeably shaggier, emanating Mifune's trademark 3-day growth beard stubble.
Oh, you are so struggling with these Japanese pronunciations, brother.
One of the reasons why I don't watch anime. Momo's katana positions and kimono design look similar to Gino from Afro Samurai. That's interesting. Well, yeah, a lot of the stuff in Avatar is clearly inspired by anime, even though it's a debate on whether or not it's classified as anime.
Let's say for me, I don't classify it as anime. Anime inspired, but anime has to come from Japan.
Okay, that works. That's a good way to think about it.
And there are stuff that is definitely anime inspired. Or you want to use the term American anime? it's a bit of a stretch, but I would put Avatar under that umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how there's American manga.
Yeah,
Which,
I could see that. It's
I
kind of
myself-
like Ruby.
Well, Ruby's an example of it done poorly, but yes.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I mean, you want to talk about American manga? I myself make an American manga, so
There you go. A damn good one, if I may say so myself.
That's the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanted to drop, but that was the closest one. So,
But yeah, so the thing is, it's like when I was watching this episode, it's just a lot of the jokes like didn't work for me, like the pants joke, and I'm like, I get it's like kiddie humor, but honestly, it just bounced off me, and I was like, it's not my thing.
The one joke that I kind of like, my royal parts are showing.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't my thing.
So let's go to the portion of the story that I think the one part of the story that you might have found interesting, the Zuko side of this. I think that was probably the best part of the episode for you. Would you agree?
Still, I was like,
But there's character development going on.
Just because there's character development does not necessarily mean it's like it kept my attention, really. Yeah, it's just like I get it, and it's like I get the story of it. It's just for some reason this episode just it didn't really work for me.
Like a thought in the wind.
Yes, exactly.
I messed that up, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Zuko angle, basically this is just deepening the whole storyline of like Zuko is getting exactly what he wants, but he realizes it's not actually what he wants, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He got to the meeting. By his own description, he was a perfect prince. He was everything his father wanted him to be, and it wasn't enough for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And you can really see that things are coming to a boiling point, and things like, oh my god, Jared, I realize you you've been kind of let down by this past few episodes, which is fair, but this next episode will not disappoint. All right.
Okay.
So let me just kind
We'll
of
see.
pitch you on like the next episode. The next episode is the Day of the Black Sun. It is when they actually invade the Fire Nation. All right. You'll have people.
Oh, something
appear.
actually happens.
Oh, this is like actually one of the most important episodes of the entire series.
Sweet. So if stuff actually happens, I may actually enjoy this a lot more.
You are going to enjoy it because there's a lot of action, there's a lot of plot development, some plot twists, and just some good stuff. But yeah, what has been kind of like your favorite episode so far?
Not the past two, that's for sure.
For this season so far.
Let me pull it up on Netflix so I can.
But before we do that, what rating would you give this episode?
Do you sure you want me to answer that?
Yes, you are a co-host.
Probably. I'd say like a 5 out of 10. It just wasn't my thing.
I mean, that's fair. You don't have to like every episode. I would give it a 7 because even though I obviously found more in this episode, it's still a bit lacking. Like this might be the low point of this season, which I gotta say, the rest of the season has some very high highs. So like this is like the rock bottom of the season. It's just gonna go up from here.
Personally, my favorite episode of the season is probably Sokka's Master because I like the whole sword motif of it, of him making his own sword.
You liked him getting taught by a Terminator.
Yes, I did. I did, as a matter of fact. That was very nice. Come with me if you want to live.
For me, I'd have to say the beach. It's just kind of, it's a really interesting episode because you see like Azula come out of her shell a little bit. You see her kind of on the back foot to a degree. So besides this one, what other episodes have you disliked so far this season?
Disliked 100% the stupid bloodbending episode. That is the stupidest idea ever. Personally, I just think it's like I get that you want to like. It's like, oh, if you can bend water, what other liquids can you bend? How about water? How about blood? That I got. If it were just that, then I could get this. But then they're like, and you can puppet people around. I'm like, no, I'm not buying that. 100% like, nah, no.
I'm sorry, but I just find that whole thing comical. You know?
Yeah, it's comical. It's supposed to be a serious moment, and I'm like, oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
But other episodes I didn't like. I gotta be honest. Here's my problem with season 3. It's too much filler episodes.
You won't be saying that because we're reaching the halfway point of the season, and the back half is freaking loaded.
Good. Just checking, because so far it's like I wasn't a big fan of the beach. A lot of these episodes were not my cup of tea because they're filler, and I'm like, get to the freaking war.
Like, I gotta be honest with you, the first half, like, I'm not a fan of the first half of season 3 either. Like, season 2 is the show firing on all cylinders.
Yeah,
I think
that was dope. I love season 2.
But the second half, when like things are really starting to get going, and like you're starting to get like really cool stuff. That is actually my favorite section of the series. It's the last half.
Okay, good. I will pay it specific. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pretend like the first half didn't happen. I'm gonna approach the second half with a completely fresh, open mind because of that.
And I'm gonna tell you, the Day of the Black Sun will start things off on a good note, because it is probably one of the most important episodes of the entire series.
Sweet. I can't wait. I'll check that. I'll definitely check that out.
All right. And we'll be reviewing that next month. So I know Jared's been in a bit of a dour mood. Next week, yes. I know Jared's been in a bit of a dour mood this week, but next week, he's going to do a 180.
We'll see. Yeah. And when I watch it, Nick, I will DM you in real time and let you know what I think.
Okay. All right. So, as always, this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press, and remember, I can only show you the door. You're the ones to walk through it.
Wheel time!